He walked more than 300 miles, with no shoes on his feet and barely any food to eat. He had nothing, just a dream deep inside him. No one paid attention to him. No one helped. He was just another poor orphan walking along the road. But that thin, dirty boy would one day create something the richest people in the world would line up to wear. His name would be remembered forever. Louis Vuitton. In 1835, a 13-year-old boy named Louis left his small village of Angers in France. He had no money, no food, and no family. His mother had passed away when he was just 10. His father died a few years later. With no one left and nothing to hold him back, Louis ran away to Paris, hoping for a better life. The journey took him over 2 years, and he walked the entire way. He slept outdoors in fields, begged strangers for leftover food, and sometimes stayed under bridges when it rained. To survive, he did small jobs like feeding animals, cleaning homes, or carrying water. It was a hard life. France was going through tough times, and poor people were everywhere. But Louis didn't give up. He kept walking. When he finally reached Paris at age 16, it felt like another world. The city was both beautiful and cruel. Fancy carriages rolled through streets where beggars slept. Rich people dressed in silk walked past the poor as if they weren't even there. But among all this chaos, a quiet chance was waiting. Louis found a small workshop run by a skilled craftsman named Monsieur Maréchal. He was one of the best boxmakers in Paris. At that time, luggage was big, heavy, and hard to use, but more and more people were starting to travel. Wealthy travelers didn't just want to carry their things, they wanted to do it in style. Louis saw the change coming. He saw what others didn't. He saw the future. He started working as an apprentice. He didn't talk much. He just watched, listened, and worked hard. He learned how to cut wood, shape leather, and build strong, beautiful boxes that could survive long trips. But more than skills, Louis learned something deeper: style. He realized that a well-made trunk wasn't just a box, it told a story. And over the next 17 years, Louis didn't just get better at his job, he became a master of it. Then, one unexpected moment changed his life forever. In 1852, something big happened. The Empress of France, Eugénie de Montijo, Napoleon III's wife, was looking for someone to design and make her personal travel trunks. She needed elegant and practical luggage for her royal trips. The palace staff asked around, and everyone pointed to one name: Louis Vuitton. Louis was only 31 years old when he got the call to visit the royal palace. It was a huge opportunity, but also a risky one. If he failed to impress, he could lose everything. But Louis didn't just do a good job, he amazed the Empress. Instead of the traditional round-top trunks, he introduced a new, flat-top style that was much easier to stack during travel. He used strong, yet lightweight canvas, and his attention to detail was second to none. From that moment, Louis Vuitton wasn't just a man's name. It became a symbol of high quality and luxury. Having the Empress as a client opened many doors. Wealthy people from all over Europe, royalty, celebrities, and business elites started ordering custom trunks from Louis. But he didn't stop there. In 1854, Louis opened his own shop in Paris at 4 Rue Neuve des Capucines. On the sign above the door, he proudly wrote, "Carefully packs even the most delicate items, expert in packing fashion." His shop became known for its style and top-notch craftsmanship. As travel changed with the rise of trains and ships, Louis kept up. He created the now famous try-on trunk, which had a flat top and could be easily stacked. It made travel easier and more stylish, and people loved it. Even as money and fame poured in, Louis stayed humble. He never forgot the young boy who had once walked for miles alone. Each trunk he made wasn't just for clothes, it was part of a bigger story, a legacy. But as his business grew, so did the competition. Other craftsmen started copying his designs. At first, it seemed flattering, but soon it became a serious problem. Then, everything took a dark turn. The workshop caught fire. In 1871, during the chaos of the Franco-Prussian War, Paris was filled with violence and destruction. Louis Vuitton's workshop was broken into and set on fire. Everything he had built over the years was gone in a matter of hours. At 50 years old, most people would have given up, but Louis didn't. With barely anything left, he moved to Asnières, a peaceful town just outside of Paris. There, he started over. He built a brand new workshop, this time bigger and better than before. And along with it, he brought a new energy, a creative drive that would shape the future of fashion. To protect his work from copycats, he designed a unique beige and brown striped canvas. It was different and meant to stand out. Still, people continued to imitate his style. So in 1896, after Louis passed away in 1892, his son Georges came up with something bold, the famous LV monogram. This pattern of flowers and the initials LV became a powerful symbol. More than just a logo, it was a statement that no one could copy what Louis had started. Under Georges' guidance, the company grew worldwide. Louis Vuitton trunks became more than just travel cases. They were a sign of status. Presidents used them. Indian royals decorated their palaces with them. Famous artists like Picasso used them to carry their supplies. And years later, fashion designers turned them into icons of street style. But none of this, no fame, no fortune, would have been possible without the poor boy who once walked hundreds of miles barefoot, went hungry, and quietly worked in a small workshop in Paris. Even today, pieces of Louis's spirit are in every product, from the leather edges to the golden locks and even the invisible stitches. Every item carries his story. When you carry a Louis Vuitton, you're not just holding a bag, you're carrying a legacy. Today, Louis Vuitton is one of the biggest names in fashion, worth billions of dollars. Celebrities work with the brand, and its handbags are sold like rare pieces of art. You can find the famous LV logo on shoes, perfumes, jewelry, and even private jets. But beneath all the luxury and fame is a powerful story, a reminder of where it all started. Not with money, not with fancy clothes, but with struggle. Louis Vuitton's success wasn't built on wealth, it was built on strength and determination. He didn't just follow fashion, he changed the way people saw it. He didn't just make bags, he changed how people traveled. And he did it with bravery, not privilege. His journey proves something important. It doesn't matter where you begin in life. What matters is how far you're willing to go. Louis was once a poor, homeless boy, but he held on to his dream, and that dream turned into one of the most powerful brands in the world. So now, when someone opens a Louis Vuitton bag, they're not just opening a luxury item, they're opening a story of struggle, hope, talent, and victory. A story built by hand, carried through hard times, and passed on through generations. Louis Vuitton didn't just make luggage, he created a legacy. And it all started with a boy, a dream, and a long, tough walk to Paris.